Morning everyone. How is everyone today? Are we good? Excellent. We're gonna do a Pilates practice this morning that's probably a little bit more challenging than the first time that we met. Was very gentle with you first time around. If anybody has any injuries or issues, then please make sure you listen to your body first and foremost, and me second. Your body knows best. Okay, so we're just going to start with the practice. Gently warm up in standing, come down to the mat, and slowly wake up our bodies to get us ready for the rest of the day. So we're going to start in standing. Lengthening out through the top of your head, standing nice and tall with your feet together. First thing is to take your heels apart and your toes to follow, so feet, knees and hips are nicely aligned. Just checking that you're nicely grounded under the ball of the big toe, little toe and the heel, and the weight is evenly spread on each side. Moving foot to foot in this way is known to be very calming on the nervous system, so we'll just gently move our weight from side to side. And then slowly bringing yourself back to center. With those knees nice and soft, just going to bring your attention up to your pelvis now and just start to tilt through that pelvis forwards and backwards. We get really, really tight in our hips, sitting a lot. And it's also a place where we store a lot of hidden emotions, deep emotions in the muscles in our hips. So just tilting forwards and backwards, and then find your midpoint, looking to keep your pelvis upright, drawing down through the tailbone at the back of the body, zipping up through the front of the body and lifting that pelvic floor. Just gently bringing your ribs down, so we're connecting the diaphragm with the rest of the abdominals, taking those shoulders back and down, so the tips of the shoulder blades connecting with your rib cage. Gently drawing that chin back so the back of the neck is nice and long. And so we've got ear, shoulder, hip, knee and ankle in alignment. That is our aim. Helps the flow of energy through the body. And we're just going to take a moment to connect with the Pilates breathing. So as you breathe in, send that breath into the back and the sides of your ribs. And as you exhale through the mouth, you feel the ribs closing in and down. You feel zipping up through the front of the body and out through the top of the head. Just stay with that breath. Breath not coming into the belly, because we're maintaining that connection that we've built. And if you want to close your eyes to feel how that breath moves through your body, you can. And at the end of your next exhale, just going to open your eyes. You're just going to raise up onto your toes, take your arms up to the ceiling, fingertips to the ceiling. You're going to breathe in, bring the heels down, bring the arms down, press the arms and palms back. Exhale, float up onto the toes, engaging through your bottom, zipping up through the front of the body. Breathing in, arms down, press those arms back. As we raise the arms, we want to keep those shoulders away from the ears and the ribs down. Bring the heels down. If you want to add more, you can add a knee bend, sliding down an imaginary wall. Breathe in to stand. Exhale. Just waking up the joints in the body. Breathing in. Exhale, slide down that wall. Knees tracking with second, third and fourth toes. Breathing in. And exhale. We're just going to do one more of those. Breathing in, testing our balance this early in the morning, and holding it here in this wall slide. Keep your head at the same height. You're going to lift the heels off the floor. Exhale, inhale, lower the heels. Exhale, lift the heels. Inhale, lower. We're going to do two more, helping the blood flow return back up from the lower part of the body, back up to the heart. Good, and come to stand. From here, you're going to take your feet wide. We're going to wake up the waist and the upper back. You're going to take your arms above your head, interlace your fingers above your head, keep your shoulders down, keep your tummy in and your tailbone long. Breathe in here. Exhale, reach up and over into a side bend, stretching through the waist. Turn the chest to face the floor, sweep down towards the foot, through the middle, across to the other foot, up into tabletop on the other side. Rotate back into the side bend and come back up to center. We're going to do the same in the other direction. Breathe in. Exhale, reach up and over into side bend. Rotate chest to floor. Exhale, sweep down to the foot, through the middle, into that tabletop, back into the side bend and up. Another one each way. Waking up the waist, rotating through the spine, lengthening through the back of the legs. Still keeping that tummy drawing in and up. Rotate into that side bend, purling up. Last one in the other direction. Reach up and over, chest to floor. Sweeping down, reaching away through the fingertips in that tabletop. Rotate into the side bend and up. Well done. Bring those arms down to your sides. From here, you're going to come to standing with your feet hip distance. We're going to take some nice roll downs to really open out through the spine. So we start standing nice and tall back in that connected position again. Breathing in to prepare, and as you exhale, tuck your chin. Start to unravel your spine one vertebrae at a time. Trying to keep your hips over your ankles and your knees nice and soft. Lengthening up and out through the front of the body and down through the back. Gradually rolling down till you feel you've reached the point that's right for you. We're not trying to fold at the hips here. We're trying to keep space through the front of the body. Breathing in to pause and exhale to begin to roll back up, pulling down from the tailbone and the sit bones first, scooping the tummy, breathing in as you open out the front of the body, shoulders roll back and down, heart towards the ceiling. Breathing in, we're going to do another roll down. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time, knees nice and soft. Zipping up through the pelvic floor, through the front of the body. Breathing into pause. And exhale, rolling back up. Restacking the spine. Breathing in, shoulders open. Third and final roll down. And from here, we're not going to come back up from this roll down. We're going to roll down till we get to that point. We're going to breathe in and pause. And then we're going to exhale, come down onto our knees. Stretch out the front of the hips and the hamstrings by walking one foot forward, keeping your hips level, your tailbone tucking, and bring that body weight forward. So you feel the stretch through the front of the hip. Being careful not to let go in the lower back. You need to keep that length through the spine. Good. If you want to deepen the stretch, the same side that you're stretching, you can reach up and over into a side bend. Breathing in here. Exhale into where you feel the stretch most. Come back to center, bring your hands either side of the front foot and draw your body weight back, straightening into that front leg. Well, you don't have to straighten that front leg if your hamstrings are tight, just to where you feel that stretch. Breathing in. Again, exhale into where you feel the stretch most. And we're going to come and do the same on the other side. Swapping legs, hips level, tailbone tucking. Breathing in, bring that body weight forward. Really listening to the feedback from your body, from your hips. You'll know when you've gone far enough. And if you want to deepen that stretch, you can take that arm up and over. Your ribs are still down. Your tummy's still drawing in and up. Breathing in. Exhale into where you feel the stretch most. and back to centre, hands either side of that front foot and drawing the weight back, straightening into the leg, just watching the tendency here to hitch this hip up. Make sure the hips are nice and level. You'll know it when they are because you'll feel the stretch a little bit more intensely. Breathing in and exhale. Okay, from here coming up onto tall kneeling. My brain went blank for a moment there. So you've got your knees directly under your hips, tummies are in, ribs are down. You're going to take your shoulders back and down. Really concentrate on engaging these muscles around the bottom of the shoulder blades because that's where the work's going to come from for this. Reach your fingertips towards the floor and we're going to start to pulse the thumbs together behind us. Your glutes are engaged and your tummy is connected. So we're going to just start pulsing the thumbs. We've got nice long arms. The shoulders and arms are pressing back. So we're feeling this through the triceps and the shoulders. And you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. I'm watching the clock. We're not going to stay here forever. And in a few seconds, we're going to turn our hands around. So it's the baby fingers that we're pulsing together. 3, 2, 1. Turn the hands around, baby fingers together. We're waking up the shoulders. Those little muscles under the shoulder blades get quite lazy. And we start to dominate with the muscles in our necks. Keep breathing. We've got 15 seconds left. Length through the tailbone, zipping up through the front of the body. And in 3, 2, 1, finish there. Circle those shoulders back. If your shoulders weren't already awake, they probably are now. Okay. From here, we're going to come down onto our tummies. We're going to wake up the upper back some more. So you've got your feet hip distance, your heels rolled in and your toes turned out. And as you do this, you should feel the bottom muscles, the glutes, connecting. And I want you to focus on lengthening through the tailbone and zipping up through the front of the body so we're not compressing through the lower spine. Your arms, your palms are face down and they're reaching up above you in a V, but not so high that your shoulders are hitched up by your ears. The shoulders are drawn down. You're going to start with your forehead on the floor and you're going to imagine that there's a marble under your nose. So have a look first if you're not sure about following the verbal instructions. Marble under your nose, breathing in. As you exhale, you roll the marble away and then you start to extend through the upper back. And as you lift, your hands draw towards you. So you get this kind of semi-cobra. Breathe in, pause, exhale, hands slide away, lowering the body back down. Breathe in, exhale, roll the marble away, lifting through the upper back, keeping the tummy in and the ribs down, shoulders down, length through the back of the neck, engaging through the glutes. Exhale, roll back down. If you want more, you can add the legs as well. As you roll the marble away, lift the upper back. You can lengthen and lift through the feet, providing there's no compression in the lower spine. Breathe into lower. We've got 3 more. Exhale. Tummy in, ribs down, lengthening through that upper body. Breathe into lower. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Shoulders down, ribs down, belly in. Breathe in lower. Last one. Roll that marble away. Lengthen and lift through the crown of the head. Shoulders down, lengthening out through those feet. 1 more breath in. And lower. Well done. And come and lay on your side from here. Nice and convenient to roll over from that position. The bottom leg you're going to bring straight to the front corner of your mat, diagonal to the front corner of your mat. If you want a little bit more support, you can bend it at a right angle. Just resting your head on your arm. We want to be nice and long through the back line of the body and zipping up through the front. And we want to, this top leg, at the moment mine's just hanging around, but what we want is it ankle at hip height, pull that leg away from you so the waist is nice and long. And we're going to flex that foot and flex the other foot as well, both feet flexed. Breathe into pause, get that center connection. Pull your foot forwards, just to where you can keep control of the waist being long and the tummy being in. Breathe in, point your foot, exhale, sweep the foot back behind you. Keep the hips pressing forward, engaging through the bum. Exhale, flex the foot, pull the foot towards you. Be careful not to hitch up with that hip. You keep that waist long. Breathe in, pause, point the foot, sweeping back behind you. Tailbone stays long, working through the glute. Exhale, pull that foot forwards. Breathe in, pause, point the foot, exhale, sweep back. So we're opening out through the front of the hip, engaging through the glutes, challenging those center muscles. 2 more, pull forward. Breathe in, pause. Exhale, sweeping back. And last one. Exhale, pull forward. Breathe in, pause. And exhale, sweeping back. Pause here. We're just going to come into a little leg lower and lift. So tap the toes behind you. Exhale, lengthen and lift. Keep the waist long. Breathe in, tap. Exhale, lift. This should be targeted to your glutes. If you're feeling it more in the front of your leg, then it just means your leg's a bit too far forwards. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale, last 2. And last 1. Well done. From here, bend those knees and come and bring yourself over onto the other side. We're going to do the same again. Make sure we're even on each side. So leg to the bottom leg to front corner of the mat, foot flexed, and the top leg nice and straight with that waist long, zipping up through the front, ribs down, and tailbone long. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, pull that foot forwards, keeping the waist long and the connection. Breathe in, point the foot, exhale, sweeping back. Push those hips forward, engage through the glutes. Good. Exhale, pull forwards. Zipping up through the front line of the body, pelvic floor lifted. Exhale, sweeping back. Ribs stay down, shoulder stays down. If you need a little bit of support from your fingertips, that's fine. We don't want to put too much weight through, or any weight really, through that hand, because it takes the effort out of the center. Flex that foot, pull forwards, exhale. Breathe in, pause, exhale, sweeping back. Pulling that foot down away from you as you sweep it back. Good, 2 more. Exhale, pull forwards. Breathe in, pause. Exhale, sweep back. Last one. Flex that foot. Pulling forwards. Good. Breathe in, sweeping back. Pause here. Feel that connection through your glutes. And exhale, tap the toes. Lift the leg. Waking up our bottoms for the day. When we sit a lot, the glute muscles can get really lazy. It's the opposite of what happens to the hips. Last 3. Last 2, keeping that waist nice and long. And last 1. Good. Well done. From here, we're going to come up on our elbows. So this is going to really open through the front of the shoulders. You've got your palms down next to your hips. We want to be careful here that you're not sinking through the front of the shoulders. So draw them back and down, open out through the front of the chest, lengthening down through the tailbone and drawing the tummy in and the ribs down. This will make sense soon because you'll feel it in your tummy muscles. Just lengthening through the feet, engaging gently through the legs. Breathing in as you exhale, minimum weight through your hands. You're going to pull yourself up by pulling your ribs down, pulling your belly button in into a seated position. Breathe in, sit tall, exhale, roll back down, pull your belly back behind you, pull your sit bones underneath you. Exhale, roll back down, elbows meet the floor evenly on each side. Breathe in, pause, and exhale, rolling back up. Sit nice and tall. Trying really hard not to get that weight through your hands and trying to get the even weight through each elbow as you arrive on the floor. Exhale, rolling up. Sit tall, keep those shoulders back and down, and exhale, roll back down. If you want to make this more challenging, you can start to add a single knee lift. So as you roll back down, one knee comes to a right angle, and as you roll up, that leg lengthens out in front of you, sit tall. Do 2 more on this leg. Breathe in, pause, rolling back up. Last one on this leg. Pelvic floor connected, zipping up through the front line of the body. Swapping legs now. Exhale. Knee in. Breathe in to straighten. Really drawing your sit bones down towards your heels. Shoulders probably feeling it now. Last one. One more after this actually. False sense of security there. And last one. Well done. Come to sit tall. And you're going to keep your hand, well, you're going to move your hands back slightly. If fingertips forward feels too much for your shoulders, you can turn your hands outwards. We're going to work through, I suppose it's a reverse plank really. So your heels are together and your toes are turned out and your legs are engaged. As you exhale, you're going to draw down through the tailbone, lift up through the hips, pull belly button to spine. Breathe in to lower. Exhale to lift. Important to stay open through those shoulders. Engage through the glutes. Length out through the top of the head and through the feet. If it feels too much to have your knees bent, your legs straight, you can bend your knees and work in a bent knee position. We've got 3 more. Exhale as you lengthen and lift. Inhale to lower, last one. Well done. And from here, we're going to just roll down. So we're laying on our backs to finish off with a little bit more abdominal work. So from here, if you can, keep your legs long in this position, that's great. With your feet in the same position, with the heels together and the toes turned out. Length through the tailbone, zipping up through the front. If that feels too much on your lower back, then do come and bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. Interlace your hands behind your back. Let your elbows, behind your head. Let your elbows drop open. Keep the ribs down. This is a little bit more abdominals. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale. Lift the head and chest. Rotate elbow to opposite side. Breathe in lower. Lift the head and chest. Rotate elbow to opposite side in the other direction. So we're getting the obliques going. Trying to avoid any rotating and tipping in the hips from side to side. If it feels too much to have your hands behind your head, you can reach your arm across to the opposite side. Good. Glute muscles are gently engaged, lengthening down through to the heels, belly button to floor. We've got 2 more on each side. Last one on each side. You're doing really well. Your body will thank you for this for the rest of the day. And come back down to laying. Just bring your knees into your chest, giving them a nice hug. Place a palm on each knee and just gently circle those knees in an outward direction if that feels okay for you, or you can circle them in the same direction each. And just go the opposite way. And from here, place your right foot on the floor and your left ankle over your right knee. And you're going to draw the knees towards your chest, stretching through the outer hip. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths there. Lowering that right foot down and switching sides. So left foot on the floor, right ankle over left knee, drawing those knees into your chest. Two breaths here. And then bringing both feet onto your mat, taking your feet and knees as wide as your mat. Let your arms open out at shoulder height, either side of you. And allow your knees to drop down to the right as you look over the left shoulder. Feel that nice stretch through the waist and the hip. And bring your knees back up through the centre and down to the left as you look over to the right. And from here, slowly, slowly rolling yourselves round onto your side and onto all fours. Wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips, shoulders are drawing down. You're going to tuck your toes under, take a breath in and exhale, send your sit bones to the ceiling, draw your heels down towards the floor, push away into the heels of your hands. So you're stretching through the back line of the body. If you feel tight in the lower back or the hamstrings, you might want to just bend your knees to get that bit more height in your hips. Just taking a couple of breaths here. And from here, walking your feet towards your hands, softening your knees, belly comes to thighs. Take a nice breath in. And exhale, scoop your tummy, roll back up. One vertebrae at a time, head and shoulders last to come up. Circling those shoulders back as you breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth, interlace your hands behind your back. Draw your hands down past your tailbone. One more breath in and exhale. Release the hands. Bring your hands to your heart and just say thank you to yourselves for showing up this morning for yourselves, and have a really beautiful day.
Thank you so much, Carly. I love it.